On May 30th, 2015, the Swan Creek Rowing Club conducted a water rescue drill under the supervision of the Eagle Fire Company, Marie 46 Unit. The goal of the drill was to determine the amount of time that it would take to get all rowers and a coxswain ashore in the event that a boat had flipped. In this demonstration, a fore containing 4 rowers and a coxswain flipped, and it is the job of the coach to try and help the rowers make it to the shore safely, while also keeping all of the equipment safe as well. The coach first starts off by throwing life jackets at all of the rowers, in order to make sure that they are safe, and if the rowers go into shock, that they will be able to keep themselves above water. As the rowers put on their life jackets, they will find it to be challenging, and it is slightly easier to try and float on your back while attempting to get your life vest on. It is also important to stay calm and collected while you are being rescued, and to not panic and freak out your other teammates. Unless the boat fills up with water, the boat and oars will also act as flotation devices, and it is important to stay with the equipment at all times. If you need to leave the boat at any time to retrieve something, do so, and then return to the equipment immediately. Next, the coach takes out a small ladder that is kept in the boat in an attempt to help out some of the rowers into her own boat. The ladder was a safe and effective way of assisting people into her own boat. Next, the coach got one of the other rowers into the launch. It is important that when the coach tries to assist the rower into the boat, that he or she not lean out too much, because that could cause the launch to flip. In addition, there is also the possibility that the coach could get pulled in while he or she is helping someone up. So it is best to stay balanced inside of the boat and use a ladder if handy. As we can see, the rowers that were left on the boat slowly swam their way towards shore in an effort to help out the coach and to ensure that the equipment would get to land safely. Once the coach has some of the rowers safely in their launch, they should try and drop the rowers off on land. They should accomplish this as quickly as possible so that they can then go back and tend to the other rowers that are still with the boat. Yeah, it's not that much. Were there 5 of them? It is important to not leave the rowers in the water for too long, because at colder water temperatures of 40 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, they have the risk of going into shock and of getting hypothermia. Let's say they have the life jackets on. They said it would be hard to get the life jackets on. When the rowers have the life vests on, it makes it very easy for them to stay with the boat, and to keep their heads above water. Before each outing, a coach should make sure that they bring down a bag of life vests into their launch. And occasionally, a coach should inspect all the life preservers in the bag, making sure that they will be ready for use in an emergency and are in good condition.
It would have been quicker if it had just been up to the launch dock, right?
Yeah.
Drop the people off, she wouldn't have had to pull the engine up or
Go like
start the.
go like a little bit over there. As we can see in the video, the coach brought the three rowers she rescued back to the dock and to safety. It is vital that she get all the rowers safely to land in an orderly fashion so that no one risks accidentally falling into the water. The best thing to do is to give clear and calm instructions so that no one gets confused. He's taking the initiative. As the coach pulls up next to the boat, she attempts to throw out a line to the rowers so that the two boats can be attached to each other. If done successfully, the motorboat can then pull the rowing hole safely to the shore. Unfortunately, the tow rope was not securely tied down to the launch, and the rope was thrown into the water. If the rope had been tied down, less time would have been wasted, and there would have been less risk for the other rowers. Since one of the rowers swam over to the rope, they were inadvertently putting the hole in a greater risk, and putting the other rower who was left holding onto the hole in a more stressful situation. Yeah, yeah. One end of the rope has to stay.
Presume she didn't mean to throw it all.
Now, with the tow rope tied to both boats, the rowing hole can successfully be towed to the shore, and the other two rowers can also get to shore. Thankfully, the drill was a success. The target time for the drill was around 15 minutes. The elapsed time to get the rowers and shell ashore was 8 minutes and 45 seconds, well within the time limit of 15 minutes. However, this was only for 5 rowers, and if this had been an 8, there would have been 9 rowers, and it would have not been able to get everybody in that target time. If this scenario were to happen at a practice, what you should do first is immediately call 911. Typically, Swan Creek Rowing Club coaches and coxswains carry a cell phone during practice. This will allow them to tell the dispatchers their exact location, and it will also allow emergency personnel 10 to 15 minutes to get to the site. So, when a situation arises, every second counts. Call right away.
No, the other one.
One final question that may pop into your head if you scull by yourself is, what should I do if there's no coach or coxswain out with me? The rowers should stay with the boat. It will not sink. The rowers should try to attract attention. A rescue whistle should be used. I'd say like 9:30. Should keep filming. Lastly, thank you again to the Eagle Fire Company Marie 46 unit for helping Swan Creek Rowing Club with this drill and for patiently waiting as we got people to shore. Thanks again.